live on YouTube. So as we're coming into YouTube, a lot of stuff going on.
And they can hear us in YouTube land?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. A lot of stuff going on. So a lot of updates. But the story that kicked off to me,
tell me what to do with that,
was the what's her name? Tasha K.
Oh, and Cardi B.
Yes. So as we're coming into Tasha K and Cardi B going at each other.
Okay.
Tasha K kept reporting. Tasha K is a YouTuber. Do you know who she is, Wendy?
Yes, I think everybody knows who she is.
Yeah, I think everybody knows who Tasha K is. She kept reporting that Cardi B had had herpes. Okay.
Oh, she got sued.
Yeah, and Cardi B sued her. She said it was a lie. So she had to, and she told her to stop saying that. And she kept putting it out there over and over again.
So Tasha kept talking about it.
She kept on, even though she told her to stop.
Okay.
So then after that, Cardi B sued her. She won.
Yeah.
And she won a $4 million lawsuit.
Wow. Okay.
So then even after the lawsuit, Tasha K kept saying, let me see where we're not live. Hold on. Tasha K, okay, we are. Tasha K kept telling her, stop saying Cardi B kept telling Tasha K, stop saying my name.
Right.
And she kept saying it even after she lost the lawsuit.
Yes, she did.
So she tried to appeal the lawsuit.
Okay.
She lost that. So now Cardi B is coming after her and all her assets. Okay.
Like taking her house.
Yeah. So do your share so I can
let's see.
So I can read the story. So everybody's laughing and saying that Cardi B getting ready to take Tasha K's house. That's like the latest thing now.
If she had no more money, yeah, you coming after the house.
Yeah.
Wasn't she supposed to hit some money in Africa or something?
I think she hid a lot of money in Africa because her husband's African.
Oh,
Cardi B is preparing to seize Tasha K's property to satisfy the $4 million judgment won in the defamation suit.
Right.
According to All Hip Hop, the next step for Cardi B is to obtain the money won in the defamation lawsuit against Tasha K. And has been taken. The media outlet obtained legal documents that show that the Bodak Yellow rapper has been given the right to start seizing property owned by the woman who defamed her. Attorneys for the former Love and Hip Hop New York reality star said that the execution against Tasha K and TB Studios, I think that's the name of her studio, in Georgia on Thursday. She can now legally seek ways to collect on the judgment awarded her when she won the defamation lawsuit. So the Grammy Award-winning rapper was awarded nearly $3 million in punitive damages and attorney fees. The jury found Tasha K, real name Latasha Kibi, liable for defamation, invasion of privacy, and infliction of emotional distress. Variety also reported that the $3 million comes on top of $1.25 million she was initially awarded, totaling $4.25 million to the rapper. So everybody's saying, because Cardi B has no love for Tasha K, they know Cardi B is going to go after all her assets.
I'm trying to figure out.
She should. Tasha K was so irresponsible in that she gave her so many chances. And then even when she went to court, Tasha K admitted that she lied. So she just keeps throwing it in her face. I mean, she deserves what she gets.
So why does media feel like, this reminds me of Fox. Why does media feel like they can lie and just tell the story?
And take the side of, we throwing a lie out there, but we're not, Fox's thing similar to Tasha. They can say, we're not news platform. We are like entertainment. So if we're throwing entertainment news at you and you believe it, it's not our fault that you're
She's not a journalist.
Exactly.
But Fox News is supposed to be journalists.
I don't think so.
They're not.
They're not. Yeah, that's why they felt like they could just tell lies.
They're not.
So the bottom line is we can't trust any news outlet.
No, you can't. You really can't.
You have to really do the research yourself too.
Or do you say you got to get it from more than one source? if several sources are saying the same, but then they all get it from one, like Entertainment Weekly.
You have to consider the source.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Larry Reed, Wendy? Larry Reed
rings a bell. What does he do?
Larry Reed. He has a YouTube show, and one thing, his disclaimer is he doesn't talk about anything until he gets confirmation that it's real, that it's true.
Right.
One thing I do notice about his show, he actually talks about it after it's come out and it's been proven, you know, yes, whatever. Then he talks about it on his show. But
I think we've all got burned like that a couple of times. After a while, you learn to take your time and let it, simmer for a minute before you jump out and say something.
So true. I don't know why Tasha didn't learn from the first time, though. If Cardi strips her from for everything, you know, because sometimes they say, yo, money, loss of money, and all. When they
don't take out,
it's her mentality. It's her mentality. She's ghetto fabulous. You know what I'm saying?
But I think she did hide
her ghetto mentality.
She probably did hide her money overseas.
I think she hid her money.
And probably like, come at me, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll see. We'll see. Because it's going to tarnish her reputation too. It's going to bring her show down.
Yes.
Okay.
That's true.
You can go to the next one. Okay. But I just thought that was interesting that you keep telling somebody over and over again, keep my name out your mouth, and they keep doing it and lying.
Yeah, she pushed it.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of keeping your name out your mouth, Trump. Trump sparks backlash from major anti-abortion groups over campaign comments. Pro-life are mad at him. Yeah. Remember the other day, the conservatives was mad at Don Jr. for saying call off the beer commercial. Now Trump, the pro-lifers, I told y'all, he's moving away from DeSantis.
Yes, he's separating himself.
He's separating himself from the Christian moral.
Which he never was. That was the problem. His first 4 years, he had to, I believe, like Kim was saying, he had to get that trust from the Christian community, the conservatives, because that was part of his being, becoming president. But now he has to find a way to separate him from people like Pence, and people like DeSantis, and he's going back to his true nature. I can care less if they're part of the LGBTQ. I don't care if a woman has an abortion. That's right.
He cares about his money.
All he cares.
So it says a leading anti-abortion group blasted former President Donald Trump on Thursday after his campaign said he believes states should decide abortion laws. They wanted federal. And he's saying that's between you and your state.
He's always been consistent with less government anyway.
Less government.
Yeah.
Susan B. Anthony, Pro-Life America. Can you listen to that name? Susan B. Anthony, Pro-Life America. Issued a scathing response to the statement that Trump campaign made to the Washington Post when asked whether Trump supported the 6-week abortion ban that likely the 2024 opponent, Ron DeSantis, signed into Florida. He wants to separate himself from DeSantis.
Right.
President Donald J. Trump believes that the Supreme Court, led by the 3 justices, which he supported, got it right when they ruled that this is an issue that should be decided at the state level. Trump campaign spokesman Stephen Chung told the Post. SBA Pro-Life America President Marjorie Dannenfelser, whatever her name is, blasted Trump by name in a statement Thursday. President Trump's assertion that the Supreme Court returned the issue of abortion solely to the states is completely inaccurate. Reading Dobbs' decision. She probably talked like that. He's supposed to be a self-proclaimed pro-life presidential candidate.
He's supposed to be a lot of things, lady. Get real.
We will oppose any presidential candidate who refuses to embrace, at a minimum, a 15-week national standard, she asked.
Okay.
She's going to vote for DeSantis.
Yeah, because he's heavy on the time frame.
But he has to separate himself from DeSantis and from Pence. That's what he's going to do.
Isn't that so funny? Because that's a slap in the face for the Christians who supported him 4 or 5 years ago. Don't they feel like, wow?
No, they miss God.
Wow, we miss God when we voted for this man. What's her name? Paula White. With the black majority black church in Florida.
He was really
his support. Kenneth Copeland. All of these major Christians was supporting this man, keeping him in office, and now he's putting the finger up at him, really. Thank you for your support 5 years ago.
Right.
But
so sorry, Susan B. Anthony, anti-abortion group. He ain't thinking about y'all. He's thinking about money.
Yeah.
And if you don't fall in within that category,
NRA, guns.
No, he's
less government. I want to make sure that my hotel can go to Russia now because that's my friend and buddy.
Yes. So they did all of that talking, putting this man in office. Well, he did what they wanted him to do. He put Supreme Court justices up there. That's what they wanted. Yeah,
so they did get that out of him.
But the second term, he's saying, I'm not holding the Bible upside down for y'all anymore. I'm not gonna pretend. If he goes in the second term, he's saying, I'm not gonna say 2 Corinthians. I'm not going to fake church. I'm not doing all of that stuff y'all wanted me to do the first time.
Yeah.
He's kind of drawing a line in the sand right now.
Yeah.
He's letting them know that this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to act here. But I just thought that was funny to announce that anti-abortion people are now not liking him.
Well, the thing I was telling Kim, if we watch the ladies on The View, Sunny has made it clear that even as a Catholic, she personally would not be okay with abortion because as for her faith. And a lot of people are like that. My faith says my body, for whatever reason, I don't want to do that. I know the importance of life. When that heart starts to beat, that's serious to me. I get it. But Alyssa and Anna was saying that some conservatives have gone the extreme. They won't even say in case of rape.
They don't care about
in case of anything.
Well, that's what's really disturbing, because if you're a little girl and you've been raped by your uncle and now you're pregnant, come on. Or if you could die having a baby, no.
This one lady was on there saying a 10-year-old, she should be forced to have a child.
Oh, he did. Didn't a 10-year-old have a child like about 6 months ago? It was all over the news.
Yeah, they said she
had to have that baby.
They made her have it. I know one, the 11-year-old, the 10-year-old, she went to Ohio or somewhere out of Ohio to get hers to another state.
Well, on here, let's say hi to the people. Scooby-Doo says, hello, everyone. I have the book and it is, she has the funny book. All right, thank you. I know Wendy said she got the book, the little funny book.
Yeah, I sent you a text.
All right, good. Mike M. Perk says, hello, ladies. Hello, everyone. And Kiki says, hello, sister. Sorry, I've been MIA for a while. I was in the hospital, but I'm back. In the hospital.
Okay. Are you all right?
Okay? Send us an email and let us know if we can
pray you okay.
Put you on the prayer list. You know
that
we may start a Woods Report prayer list.
That's right.
My mom
was part of a prayer band, and we were on that prayer list as a child.
My mother and them used that prayer list like a weapon.
They would threaten you.
You know how people say they used it as a weapon. Like
prayer
if you
warrior,
I'm gonna put you on a prayer list.
The prayer warrior.
Because they know God gonna move.
Yeah. They would threaten people with the prayer list. Oh, that man is mean. We're gonna put him on the prayer list.
What is that verse? Our weapons are not carnal, but spiritual and mighty
through God.
And the Lord to the pulling down of strongholds.
That's right. That's right.
That prayer list was some serious.
Kiki says, thank you, I will.
Okay.
Scooby-Doo says, Kiki, blessings to you. Praise God that you are okay now.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to let us know because then we can pray.
We will pray. Seriously.
We're family.
Like tells us.
We're your family.
Yeah. Share again. Oh, hold on.
So that was the Trump thing that I thought it was interesting that anti-abortion people are against him. So this is you. This is your story. What's this?
Well, The View is always late when they come on with their news, and they're talking again about that whole shooting, the senseless shootings, that have been going on. With even the recent one with the little girl.
We'll talk about that, and that was a black man.
So let me play.
That was a black
what
man.
Joy is saying.
Okay.
And opening fire on people for completely innocent mistakes. You've been watching the news? like God forbid, you ring the wrong doorbell, getting into the wrong car, or just for stepping onto their damn property. Some victims and their families are speaking out, however, so watch this.
I was trying to apologize to him for accidentally getting in the wrong car. Halfway, my window was down. He just threw his hands up and then he pulled out a gun. And then he just started shooting at all of us.
For this man to sit on his porch and fire at a car with no threat is just angers me so badly.
Why did you shoot my daddy and me? Why did you shoot against dad?
See, that's crazy. Do your stop sharing.
My.
Got the kids even afraid.
The little girl, the little white girl that you saw last, it was the story was her and her basketball or something went into the yard.
I think you got it up.
Oh, go ahead, go
wanna
to
read
it.
it?
I'll read it.
Okay.
The little girl lost a basketball. Let me see. Okay. North Carolina man. What you doing?
I didn't share it.
Oh, you just went to it?
I just went to it so it can be propped already.
The North Carolina man accused of shooting a 6-year-old and her parents was arrested in Florida. The North Carolina man accused of shooting a 6-year-old and her parents after a basketball rolled into his yard has been arrested in Florida following a 2-day manhunt. Had the nerve to go on a run.
Because he knew he was wrong.
Robert Louis Singletary, 24, turned himself into the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office in Tampa, 600 miles away from the shooting on Thursday. Hillsborough County arrest records confirm that Singletary is being held on a fugitive warrant with no bond. Singletary didn't have any identification on him, but local authorities were eventually able to confirm his identity and notify North Carolina police that he was in custody. He is scheduled to appear in Florida court on Friday regarding his extradition. North Carolina authorities charged Singletary with 4 counts of attempted first-degree murder, 1 count of possession of firearm by a felon, and 2 counts of assault with a deadly weapon with the intent to kill or inflicting serious injury. Gaston County District Attorney Travis Page is vowing to hold this nut job and will be damn sure. Oh, he even yelling, "We'll be damn sure loud and clear when the case goes to court." He cussing. The people of Gaston County will see and hear our commitment to that prosecution, Page said. Singletary has a criminal history. Online records show. He was convicted in 2017 of felonies assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill. Why does he have a gun still?
Thank you.
And which is what I said.
Unless
You can ban guns. You can ban guns, but criminals are still gonna have them.
At a young age.
Thank
He's
you.
too young to be that angry.
He's accused of opening fire on 4 of his neighbors, hitting 2, grazing 1, and missing the other. Authorities said that William White remains in serious condition at a Charlotte hospital. He suffered a punctured lung and liver damage. His wife, Ashley, was grazed in the elbow. His 6-year-old daughter, Kinsley, was released from the hospital after having a bullet fragment removed from her cheek.
We saw that on her cheek as she was
years
talking.
old.
Lord Jesus.
Kinsley is one of 4 kids in the family who will be in need of therapy and will have to do without while their dad is out of work. Police confirmed and prompted the attack, citing the ongoing investigation. Okay, so did they ever say what? He just shot him because they went in the yard?
Wait a minute, they said, look, neighbor Jonathan Robertson said children came to retrieve a basketball that had rolled in Singletary's yard. He said that Singletary, who has yelled at neighborhood kids on previous occasions, went inside, got his gun, and began shooting. What is going on with people? Oh my goodness.
See, this is what I was saying about the 16-year-old thing. Remember when we talked about when the 16-year-old walked up to the house and the white man shot him?
The black boy.
Mm-hmm. Remember I said, for us as Black people, the first thing we're going to say is racial. right?
Mhm.
And I think because he opened the door, and he shot him again. What are you doing?
Because there was more to that too.
No, he
he
didn't open the door. He shot him through the door.
Yes.
And all you need to see is a picture of him.
Yes.
You can see the spirit of him. He's evil.
Yes.
And
so
he shot
that's
through
why
the door.
Let me share what the View
Hateful.
said. They had his grandson talk
Oh, okay.
to give his view on
Which
what
whose
not that he was
grandson?
taking
The white man's
the white
grandson?
man's grandson.
Okay.
He wasn't
Okay.
taking up for him, but he
Let's
was
see what
giving
he said.
reason, kind of background.
Take a look at this.
I feel like a lot of people of that generation are caught up in this 24-hour news cycle of fear and paranoia perpetuated by some other news stations. And he was fully into that, sit and watch Fox News all day, every day, blaring in his living room. And I think that stuff really kind of reinforces this negative view of minority groups and leads people to be it doesn't necessarily lead people to be racist, but it reinforces and galvanizes racist people.
So this is his grandson, who obviously loves him.
So that's what we were saying. That's what we were saying, that our first initial thing is you're racist. But then why nobody said the first initial thing to the black man shooting the white kids was racist? I know why. I know black people who don't like white people.
Yeah, but a lot of times it's racism issues as well as, and I love when Sarah.
It could be a million different.
Sarah said the sadness about each of these situations, they're all different because you can't put it in a box.
One could be racist, one could be because they scared,
mental
breakdown, criminal.
I lost my job.
And they don't understand. They don't understand because there was a hearing with Pearson and Jones the other day. Make a long story short, Pearson sounds somewhat like Malcolm. When he got finished talking, the white man said, "Why are you this? And how come you that? And that's ridiculous. And this is that." And I'm going in my head, you can't understand what he goes through.
Right.
You don't have a clue. So it's no need for saying those things because they're totally irrelevant from the world he lives in.
Yeah.
He totally didn't get it. He did not understand at all.
Exactly. So a lot of people don't. We don't understand why people do what they do.
Sarah did bring up a good point where, you know what? Let me share because I don't think I can repeat what she said.
Them explaining the motivation. Is the 4 shooters, there's a black man, a Hispanic man, 2 white men. This is definitely a male problem. It's a gun problem, but I think looping them all together, you got to take gun problems in lanes. There are criminal guns that are illegally attained. There are legally attained weapons that are most common in, honestly, school shootings. And then you've got the Second Amendment. You've got so many things that you can't look at it as one problem or you're never going to get to a solution. I think in this instance, this instinct to shoot first is a really complicated problem with a lot of different branches. I think the obsession with social media, time spent on social media, the kind of numbing of something social that's antisocial. I think the consumption of porn, and now we're getting into some of the probably the lane of a lot of male of all ages, video games. A lot of these things are removing that humanity, that empathy, that connection. We're also watching. Watching the degradation of church. And I'm not an institutional church person. I was raised in the church. I've got a lot of issues. But one thing you can say about all religions and most churches is there's a morality component. There's a duty to serve to your community, your families, to people that are different from you. There's a lot of lessons there of giving, loving, not judging. We're seeing a major reduction in attendance and membership in that. And then we get to his point. We've literally are on the other side of a defamation suit where it was proven. It's not just talked about. The proof came out about Fox admitting and showing evidence of all the misleading things. And the problem there and in DC is that when they perpetuated this lie of a one election that led to January 6th, the only people that actually believed it were the people consuming their information. So the audience and the people who elected some of these officials.
Right.
They never once believed it, and we know that. And listen, you confirm that even Donald Trump never believed it.
You talk about the
we talked
degradation
about
of truth,
that.
but it's always
That's similar what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
About the media.
Yeah.
It's like all these things are playing into this one big ball of crap.
Yeah.
And you have all these things that's going on, and you don't know when people snap. Is it a mental issue? Is it all these other things? So
all these
and you got to remember too, there's a group of people out there that watch Fox News that truly believe that we're about to have a civil war. They're like getting ready for it. You know how you always talk about loading up your basement? They're doing that. They seriously think we're going to end up in a civil war, and they're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
They're looking forward to it.
Crazy. Anita says, hey ladies, love y'all content, always good, funny, and makes us think.
Okay.
Thank you, Anita.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
So basically that was it. I wanted to talk about that story because people will go, well, you guys didn't talk about that black man shooting at the little white girl's family. You guys always talk like that guy was saying yesterday. All you talk about is men. We're like, no, the black man not men.
No. Right is right, right and right is wrong is wrong. Like Tyree Nichols, they got shot by the 4 cops. We didn't take up for those cops.
Thank you. And
we didn't take up for them. Right is right and wrong is wrong, period.
And that Negro coming out shooting that white girl and her family is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then he gonna run the floor. I was trying to get out of the country.
And then too, you got to remember, whoever made that comment, lately, it's not always, but lately the shootings have been men. And that's the problem. And it sounds like, dang, every time I turn them on, they talking about men.
It's been one woman. It's been one woman that shot a school. One.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what?
That's right.
Yeah. Well,
Wendy
is supposed to be a man. She's transgender. So she was transitioning to being a male.
Isn't that something?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Still brought a gun in. A woman transitioned to a man.
Oh, no.
Still brings the gun in.
Sorry. So
is that the testosterone?
I don't know.
Was she taking testosterone? Yeah.
Protecting my land, my property.
I remember
so ball off my land.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Cher's daughter that turned into a man. And they were talking to her girlfriend, who was her girlfriend before and after. And she said she did change. She said she was moodier. She wasn't sensitive. So it really affects you in different ways.
That
to make you have,
and you know what? I think, Wendy, you had asked me, did I see the Monique, the show?
The
Netflix, her special. When she talked about her grandmother taking care of her and bringing her in, her aunt, she called her uncle. She called her
couldn't communicate with her mother because her mother couldn't accept the fact because she was so religious that her daughter was gay.
Yeah, and she called herself, what's the words that they say? I don't think it's used today or not. My mom used to say those words back in the day.
I know what you said. Don't say it.
We can't say it, but it was a negative.
You mean the F word?
No, being with a B. And they would call, and she even called herself one.
Yeah.
Monique didn't understand as a kid when she didn't judge, as she was saying, as growing up. She didn't judge her family. They was into everything. And that was always Uncle so-and-so, even though it was her, a female.
Right.
And I think she started to break down to Monique what she really was.
So you watched the whole thing?
I watched almost the whole thing.
I couldn't watch it.
And
it was disgusting, but it was a lot of good points in there. It's like I've had people challenge me about, how can you call yourself a believer and you think homosexuality is okay? I said, well, I have my own views and I don't put it like that. I said, for one, you can't look at a person and tell why they're gay. Were they raped? Were they born with too many female organs? Or are they just like freaky stuff, whatever it is? I don't know. So I can't judge it, because if you were raped so many times as a child, that happened to you so many times as a child, you're going to have a certain craving for that. I used to be in mental health. I know. They said girls that get that happen to them, they become promiscuous. So I can't look at you and know what happened to you. And people say, are you saying people can be born gay? I said, they're born blind, aren't they? Yeah. Things can go wrong like they're not supposed to. So It's not for me to judge because I cannot look at you and understand or know why you are that way. So who am I to judge you? I won't do it.
And then you don't know what makes a person be what they are.
But yeah, I just wanted to clarify the guy saying we always talk negative about men. No, I hope they don't think that. I hope they don't.
He was being funny though.
He was trolling, like you said.
He was trolling. All right, so let's move on.
Oh, you don't want the AI?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that one next.
Okay.
Dumb idea.
Buddha check.
Now we talk about
his name to me sticks out.
We talk about Republicans and we also talk about Democrats. I told you I'm not a Democrat or a Republican.
Oh wow.
Both sides.
Both sides are idiots.
My phone, I'm sorry.
Yeah, both of them.
I was making a comment about homosexuality in my phone, so I didn't hear what you said to me.
Oh, we was just talking about going on to the next story.
Okay.
Buddha check. Dumb idea. Democrats wants to spend $20 million on female crash dummies.
Okay.
Despite stubbornly high inflation and looming debt ceiling crisis, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg is asking Congress for $20 million in his department's proposed fiscal year of 2024 budget to develop female crash test dummies, specifically dummies representing small-sized adult females. According to the DOT's pitch for its cutting-edge safety and accessibility research initiatives, the project already has some support in Congress. When Buttigieg appeared before House Appropriations Subcommittee Thursday to discuss his budget, Representative Rosa DeLauro, Democrat from Connecticut, commended him for including critical funding that will accelerate the development of the distaff dummies. This will start to fight the gender inequality among vehicle safety and crash victims, said DeLauro, making sure that everyone knew that this is an area I've written to you about. The funds would also go towards research on vehicle design considerations to improve accessibility for people with disabilities. Now that one I agree with. And research on the effect of vehicle size and weight on pedestrian safety. Okay, well, I'm throwing my hat in.
When you were reading it, I did think of the other side of this.
What's the other side?
Aside from what you just read, the test dummies right now, they're not shaped like majority of us as females. So if you think about it, let's study a person in the car with a big chest, pregnant, whatever. Maybe he's thinking, I want to cover all grounds of the shape of a person getting in the car. And even for study purposes, when a car is being built I was telling my sister the seatbelts are not good for women with big bust. They go up here, they end up choking you. You can't get it up under your chest because they so big. And then I have a petite friend, she's so little, she puts it behind her because it's choking her all the time. So I don't know, I'm seeing that side of it.
This is the problem that I have.
Go ahead.
It says 5% of American women, this was based in 1970, are 108 pounds and 4'11". I don't even hardly know any women that are
my friend.
Well, it's not enough for $20 million.
No. But he's gonna do it that size?
This is the proposed female one, 108 pounds, 4'11".
A real female, the average size female.
No, I'm throwing my hat in the ring.
For that size, if they're being specific to a certain size, yeah, he's wasting money.
Here's my thing.
Women are all sizes,
dude. I'm throwing my hat in the ring.
Go ahead.
I propose it's more fat women than it is 108 pounds. So throw a big woman in there and have us be crash test.
But that's when you had made this comment that he's going this direction. I didn't know that he had specific specifications already in place.
Yes, they already got female crash dummies.
They should have female dummies that cover every size. And even for that car, like I said before, the bigger, the heavier, the wider, they know how to do the seatbelts now. They can do seatbelts where you It can be at as high as this, where it won't feel like it's choking you on your neck. So I don't understand this one size fits all, because it doesn't.
These spending limits are not draconian, and they are responsible. Federal spending exploded in the last 2 years when Democrats controlled all, McCarthy said on the House floor. Limited government spending will reduce inflation and restore our discipline in Washington. If the bill passes, Congress would be forced to get pickier on what to allow the Biden administration to spend discretionary funds on. And it's unclear if crash dummies would make the list. If Washington wants to spend money, it will have to come together to save money, McCarthy said, just like every other household in America. I totally agree. Although you can say it's nice to have all of these crash test dummies, it's great in all different sizes.
Right.
Stop sending money to Ukraine and don't spend $20 million on female different size crash test dummies.
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness, what is wrong with our government?
Come here.
I don't understand what is wrong with our government.
But I understand if he was to do different sizes of women.
Yeah.
I get you want everybody to be included, inclusivity.
Yeah.
But you showed a 108 size, 4'11" height.
Yes.
You know, Buttigieg, majority of the women in this country are not that size. So your proposal needs to be expanded.
Yeah.
Have women of all sizes, but still have a smaller number.
Well, I guess petite people aren't in crash tests now.
Maybe too little or something.
Whatever. Well, speaking of going into creepiness, creepy AI site can find every photo of you online. Have y'all heard about this? There's a new site online that if they put your picture in, they can find you anywhere. Let's face it, there's just no escaping AI. But now there's facial recognition website that uses a specialized bot to locate every single picture of a person that's ever been shared online. It's rearing its ugly head.
Wow.
Deemed a stalker's dream and the most disturbing AI website on the internet now, this site known as Pim Eyes is an identity search engine that's said to be similar to, yet a bit more sophisticated than the Google reverse image search. Now, I've used the Google reverse image search. This is more sophisticated than that. On its homepage, users are prompted to upload their photo in order to find out where their image has been published. But the facial recognition service isn't free, nor is it cheap. Folks wanting to keep tabs on their image are given the option to select 1 or 3 month or annual payment plans. Monthly packages are from $30 to $300. For yearly, you can be billed $300 to $3,000. Now, in a high expensive side, the company behind the AR argues that its benefits are worth the cost. Pim Eyes is an advanced facial recognition search engine that empowers its users to conduct image-based searches. So you can go on this site and look to see if wherever you've been in your face, anywhere on the web, on a World Wide Web.
That's funny because this is close to the site that I use to look for imagery.
That's what they just said. It's like Google reverse.
When you do peneye.com, peneye.com lets you put in an image.
That's this.
And search for it, and they'll tell you where you can purchase that stock photo, where it's being used, that image.
So they changed it to Pim Eyes.
Pim Eye, yeah, Pim Eyes. So I can search for you. If I put your image in and search for your face,
you can do it on here.
Everywhere your face is, it will find it.
You sure yours is Pin Eyes or is it this? Pim Eyes.
It's Pin Eyes. Peneyes.com. I used.
I'm
sorry, I was trying to type it in.
No,
I used that site
with the I or EYE.
It's similar to peneyes.com because I would use that. Like for example, if I see an image.
I'll tell you my dog.
Is it a she or he? It's a she.
It's a boy. His name is Sherlock.
Sherlock.
I call him Sherlock because he's inquisitive.
Yeah.
Oh, put it back up.
She
My
was
mom is
willing
rolling over. She wants to see your dog,
You want
Wendy.
to see him? Hold on, let me get him back.
He done ran away. She gotta go
Sherlock
get
then
him back
ran
now.
away.
So yours is the pin eyes. Pin eyes. It's pin eyes. She
Mhm.
going to get them.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, it's 10i.
See?
I'm sorry, 10i.com.
All right, get out of here. Get out of here.
Okay, here he is.
Oh, so it's similar then.
Here he is. You see him?
What's his name?
Sherlock.
Sherlock.
Yeah, hello. Say hello.
All right, all right. Sherlock taking over the show.
Oh,
Taking over the
Put
show.
Sherlock's picture up and see where he shows up.
oh,
There
look
you
at
go.
Sherlock.
All right, Mom. Okay.
How old is Sherlock?
He's about 3 now.
3 years?
Yeah, he won't sit
he's
still.
young
He's trying to
still.
get down. Look at him.
Oh,
There you go.
see
Little
you.
bit.
Sherlock.
Look at him licking.
Ah, Wendy's a licker. You're a dog licker. You like people that like
Most
people that let
people
their
are.
dogs. Y'all
Most
love
people
your
are.
dogs.
Yeah.
They love their dogs.
I
All
know
right.
I'm looking there. That's it.
Yep.
But Pim I is like 10i.
Okay.
For stock
Are you
photography.
saying I with an I or I with an EYE?
EYE.
EYES.
Okay.
EYES. Pim I. So I understand how that probably would work. If 10 eyes does it for stock photography, where can I locate this image? Where is it being used?
Yeah.
It'll even tell you, even out of the country, if a country is using it in a postcard, if another company is using it in their branding, it'll pick it up.
Okay.
And
Well,
go.
what can you do about it?
Nothing.
You can't do nothing
This is
about
just
it.
letting y'all know. If somebody put your picture in,
They'll
they
find
can
you, Wendy,
find you
everywhere your photo
anywhere
is.
where your photo is on the internet, they can find
they
you.
would find you. Isn't
This
that
is crazy.
It's scary.
All right. I already did Buddha check.
Okay.
All right, y'all. More
What
alleged
now?
victims of Jonathan Majors come forward. Now, people been talking about the fact that his girlfriend was partying or something after the incident. They got video of her partying after this whole incident.
After she was violated?
After she said she went to the hospital and her hand was broke. And apparently she was waving it like you just don't care. So people was like, your hand broke.
Wave your
And you waving your hand and everything. But what did it do? It opened up a can of worms
For other women to come.
So now things are only worsening for Jonathan Majors, as according to a bombshell Variety report. So we don't know again, is this a Tasha K report?
Yeah.
Or is this the truth?
Yeah.
More alleged victims are coming forward following his March arrest.
Where did you get it from?
From Variety report.
Like, is it true or not?
We don't know. You don't know these
I don't know
days.
anything about them.
That more individuals are not only stepping out, but directly cooperating with the district attorney's office will only damage his image further, which has, what is that? Nose divide?
Where you at?
This word. Since the arrest, Majors is set to appear in court on May 8th. Majors and his team have maintained that he is innocent from day one. And Majors' attorney telling TMZ, Jonathan Majors is innocent and has not abused anyone. We have provided irrefutable evidence to the district attorney that the charges are false. We are confident that he will be fully exonerated. This is a complete double down on previous statements from lawyers that insisted that Jonathan Majors is completely innocent and probably the victim of altercation with the woman he knows. Such evidence includes text messages that reportedly came from Jonathan Majors' alleged victim. Those text messages made it worse, in my opinion. To me, the best thing for him is this video showing her out partying, and if she's waving her hand, that one that's supposed to be broke.
To lessen her as a what's the word where they do that?
And the worst part about it is his management team, because they're about money. So if they leave you, they're the ones supposed to back you up when everybody turns on you. If they leave you and all the money he was worth, they know something.
That's what I think. I think they saw other evidence or other people coming forward And they said, we can't take that risk.
Yeah.
Right, they wouldn't give
gonna
up that
turn into a
money, they
Bill
wouldn't
Cosby
do it.
thing? Or what's his name? Weinstein. Is this
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
turn into a
right.
Weinstein, Harvey Weinstein, where 20 million women start coming out, one after the
And
other?
we should start believing them now because these women are coming out with the same stories.
Scooby-Doo says, are they saying he is guilty, although the girl explained what supposedly happened? It looks like they're saying he's guilty. But what I'm saying, Scooby, is even if he's innocent on this case, it opened up the floodgates. So now you got all these other people coming out saying, well, he abused me, or that something happened to
touched
me.
me too.
So now he's going to have case after case after case after case.
Yeah. And your management team has a whole team of spinners to spin a story. I'm telling you, they're about money. And for them to give up that money, he was a money bag. They know something.
They know something.
After 3 or 4 movies, this man was on his way.
And then you heard the latest backlash, Tiffany Haddish.
No, I haven't heard that.
Tiffany Haddish on her Twitter or her Instagram or whatever, reposted about the girl, his girlfriend, Jonathan Major's girlfriend, going to the club and all that stuff. In other words, she could tell she's for Jonathan. And she posted it. And she got, it was so many people in the comments, you need to shut up. You need to be quiet. You're still in trouble.
Who's going to listen to her for what she did?
Why are you even making a comment?
I wonder why she did that.
That's what nobody's understanding.
That was no reason.
She went to get out of it. He'll be a friend. I don't know.
Yeah. Because she's had some backlash with her own situation. So you would think, stay clear of everybody else's lives.
Make them look worse. Like they have something in common. Like they have something in common.
And you just said common.
Leave him alone.
The other story that was out was, y'all noticed how Common broke up with her right before all this story came out.
Yes.
Well, remember during the when she settled, right? Yeah,
she settled.
Part of the paperwork they said is, if you recall, she had been, that family had been going after Tiffany. Remember to give them money. That's why she said she was being blackballed. Not blackmailed.
Okay.
So some people said Common knew about all of that. And so he was like, even if they blackmailing you, did you do this?
Wow.
So that's why he got out of that before that became mainstream.
There was a fan, well, not a fan, there was somebody in the business, somebody big shot or something. And she ran into Tiffany and she told Tiffany, did you get those earrings? Tiffany said, what are you talking about? She said, I gave Common a pair of earrings for you. Did you get them? And she said, no, he must have gave them to Jennifer.
Oh, and I heard that she was shading Jennifer. Him and Jennifer. Tiffany need to be quiet.
Yes.
She need to be quiet and just be happy that the Black elite have accepted her back in.
If you want to continue with people respecting you and respecting your gift as an actress and as a comedian, don't do that. Don't throw shade at people.
She was already doing crazy stuff. There was a big Academy Awards event. She actually came in there with a bucket of freaking chicken.
Yeah, she's all right.
Okay, then it was the gown. Then it was the gown she paid so much money for. She wore like to 7 different affairs. Then it was a woman that asked her about her outfit. This is what money looks like. So she didn't really, she didn't set a good tone when she was there.
Here's the thing. Why can't we, and you guys notice this, do you ever notice that when you meet somebody or even when you watch somebody on TV or something, you get like a little feeling like they kind of odd or something about that person?
You felt that? I always had a weird feeling about her. Something was off.
I felt that with Jonathan with that cup. I was like, why is he carrying that cup around?
Jonathan,
what cup? What cup?
He used to carry a cup.
I don't know what cup.
He used to carry a cup around and go back and look.
Like a mug or something?
It was a cup. Y'all know what I'm talking about, some of y'all. A coffee cup.
For good luck or something?
He said his mom told him something about the cup being full or empty or something. But people kept saying, why would you carry it around?
What's going on with you, dude?
So I think what we need to start doing,
Jonathan Majors in The Harder They Fall with Idris Elba and Regina King.
Yeah. I think what we need, haven't seen it.
What movie is this?
The Harder They Fall with Regina King and Idris Elba. He's a cowboy.
Oh,
No,
no, I heard, that one was some
Yeah.
rough killing.
I want to see it.
It was
Even
some,
in that, it'll give you a, I don't know.
he's in that, was he a
The
bad guy?
character he played
Was he a bad guy or on their
really
side?
made you see really made you see that possibility. That was the meanest character. He was mean as hell. And I said, wow, he acted like he really had something to draw from when he played that
He
character.
was in that movie too.
Scooby-Doo says he always had
Regina
that
King
cup. I
and
told
Idris
you.
Elba. Yes, The Harder They Fall. It's a Western.
I
Black
remember it with
Western.
Regina, yeah. I was telling you, I wanted to see it, but they said that the killings are brutal.
Oh, but remember,
It
I
was
see
good.
Scooby-Doo
Like
remembers.
shooting the people in the eye and stuff.
Scooby-Doo remembers he always had that cup. I always thought it was odd. This is what I
didn't even
propose.
notice no
This
cup.
is my proposal,
That's
guys,
funny.
going forward.
Mhm.
Let's just, the sense that you have, let's go with it. If you meet somebody or if you see somebody on television, they seem a little odd, let's keep one eye open and one eye closed.
Well, first of all, you probably already have the gift of discernment. So you
See?
see
Why would you
things
guys-
anyway.
What did you,
that
you
other
said you
people
thought
don't
that with,
see.
you said you thought that with Tiffany Haddish?
I always thought something was odd
Yeah.
about her too.
Yeah, I just always had a weird feeling about her.
Hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
But
let's
she
start
had,
going
you know,
with it.
but in her defense, from what I understand, she had
She had a hard
very
life.
horrible childhood.
Yeah, she
Her
had a
mother
hard
got
life.
hit by a car or something, and it messed with her mind. And Tiffany had to raise, I think, 4 or 5 sisters and brothers when she was young herself. Then she
Yeah.
was in many group homes. That's how she became a comedian, because she said she would make people laugh to keep them from beating her up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and
Well,
then her
that's the same
father
with
is
Jonathan
Jewish.
Majors.
Her father is Jewish. She left her mother and she found him later in life, and she went through a whole thing with that, learning Judaism. So she had a strange life.
Jonathan
Majors had one
He
too.
did?
They
Did he
said that
really?
he had an abusive stepfather who was
What?
really abusive. Yeah.
Maybe that's why he
Yeah.
picked those abusive tendencies himself.
And he would hide and stay by himself. So
If you're going to be fair, you have to look at a person's backstory. We all
Yeah.
have one. We
yeah.
all have one. Why is Lenore the way she is? What
Yeah.
made her that way? What
And
happened to her?
Your
You know, that
gift,
made her outspoken, that made her this way or that way,
right?
whatever.
And you think about this, your gift that you whatever your love is, you're going to continue doing that even as messy as you
Yeah.
are. And it's unfortunate that as people gain fame and fortune with their gift, that messiness has never been cleaned up. So now it's starting to it's surfacing, and now people, what was done in dark with the dark areas in your life.
I had
Yeah.
a very strange relationship with my stepfather. I did not like that man.
Okay.
And he would always try to intimidate me. Let me tell you something. My stepfather came out of many people until I dealt with it. He came out of my supervisor was like him. Then the guy down the street was like him. And what I found out, God was saying, until you address that, it's going to come back and come back and come back. So when those people were like him, I started saying, no, blah, 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 whatever. Thank God he never did anything physical to me, but he was mentally, he was abusive. He would come in, I would be watching Dark Shadows, just got home from school, and he would come in, turn the TV off, sit down, open a sandwich, eat, and just like I wasn't there.
Yeah.
He would do everything for me if my mother asked him to do it, like take me to rehearsal or whatever. But if I asked him, he would say no.
See?
So, you know, you don't know why people act the same. And that's why to this day, I am not intimidated by anybody that's a male.
Oh,
all.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm just saying, everybody has a backstory.
Yep.
And why they are the way they are.
Yep. So that's why I said, if you get a little feeling about somebody, just don't close them off. Just keep one eye open. That's all. One eye open and one eye
when
closed.
people show you who they are,
Believe them.
them.
That's my favorite quote.
Yeah.
That's my favorite quote. All right, y'all. So Javante Davis is fighting this weekend.
Friday, Saturday. When is it? Saturday, Sunday?
Probably Saturday. While Floyd Mayweather's final fight is the headliner, and the exciting new crop of boxers will also be on display Saturday night in Las Vegas.
Is it on pay-per-view?
Yeah,
Probably.
Javante.
Oh, wow, I
Tank
love
Davis.
fights. I love fights.
Money on this.
Yep. Here's everything you need to know about the 22-year-old American. I'm not going to go through everything, but just a few points. He was taken from his parents as a young boy. I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
He faced a difficult childhood. Both his parents were drug users, and as such, he spent much of his youth living in foster care or with relatives. Didn't know that. He's trained by Calvin Ford. That name may not sound familiar, but Dennis Cuddy Wise might ring a bell. Ford, who was once part of the Bordley Boroughs drug organization in West Baltimore.
In the 80s.
Yeah, so The Wire. We know about, if you watch The Wire, and y'all remember Bell? Bell was not Idris, Bell was the brother.
Okay.
That was Bell.
Idris's brother.
Yeah, so he was based off of his character.
Wow.
That guy trained him.
Okay.
He's one of the best young boxers in the world.
Okay.
I'm hearing he's the best boxer.
Now, who is he fighting?
I can't go past this thing. Hold on.
You want to move? No.
Okay. All right. That was in the way. Let me see. His mentor is Floyd Mayweather. Okay. So you know he can box if his mentor is Floyd. He was stripped of his title in August of 2017. I don't know if y'all remember that.
Why?
Prior to defending his IBF World Super Featherweight, he was asking what weight
he was.
Title against Francisco Fonseca on the undercard of Mayweather and McGregor. Remember that fight?
McGregor.
Davis missed weight and was thus stripped of his title.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
And that was pretty much it. But just a little bit about him.
Fighting?
Garcia. So he's fighting Garcia. Most people that I'm hearing think that Davis is going to win.
Does Garcia have a good background too?
I didn't look up him.
But you know what?
I just looked at the brother.
Find out on one of our friends of the family whose sons box. A lot of times with in the boxing world, they kind of can give you information on who they feel, what's going on with this dude, how you know his background or whatever, and give their take on who they feel
think
will win.
All right.
It's something that
We'll move on because we're getting past our hour. Martin Lawrence receives his Star on Hollywood Walk of Fame.
What took so long? My question.
You know what I think? I think when he went crazy that whole time, remember he was doing drugs and he was running down the street with his underwear on. My mother laughed. I think that's why they held his star back.
How was that?
That's a while ago.
Yes.
Even if he did do all of that, he deserves a star.
Because when you told me when we had talked about the Jonas Brothers getting one,
thank you.
I went, wait a minute, how is it the Jonas Brothers get one and he just now getting his?
What's up? Star on Hollywood Walk of Fame, that is. Actor and comedian Martin Lawrence was honored Thursday with his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. They said everybody and their mama was there. Every comedian was there. You know why? Because every comedian respects Martin Lawrence as being a comedian.
Yes.
And they know he's funny.
My thing is, remember, I think I asked you this before, and Wendy, y'all can all find out. What's the criteria for getting a dang on star?
Well, she told you. Wendy told you.
What was it?
You got to get things signed. You have to get donations. It's a whole thing. You know what I mean? You have to have a list. You have to have a list of accomplishments of some kind. And so it's a process, and other people are involved in it that you know.
And I would really like to know what specifics, because there are some people who got
I'll look it up and email it to you.
Thank you.
Because I had given it to you before. I'll find it again.
Okay, because there are people who are getting these stars who have not been out in the game long enough.
I know.
To even establish a career over 15, 20 years.
Well, Martin said, if I could pass one thing on to those coming after me, it would be to board your dream bus. Board your dream bus with confidence, grace, and humility, Lawrence said during the ceremony, and ride it till the wheels fall off. So that was Martin Lawrence. Finally got a star. Thank you. I wanted to say that because Martin is so funny. The show is ridiculous how funny it is.
And he's in with Will Smith.
He got
This is their
movies,
third
Bad Boy, and then his comedy
and the
specials.
mama's home when he plays the grandmother.
Oh yeah, Big Mama's House or whatever that is.
Something.
Yeah, Martin Lawrence deserves a star.
He does.
Scooby-Doo says, why do the Jonas Brothers have a star?
Thank you. Thank you so much. Am I the only one kind of like doo-doo-doo? I can, if once Wendy sends this criteria to us, I really want to read because there are people who have been given stars and you sit there and go, what? How?
Yeah, I don't think the Jonas Brothers deserve a star.
Oh, goodness.
But Martin Lawrence does.
You know, Martin's daughter's going to marry Eddie Murphy's daughter's son.
Yeah, I heard something like that. Yeah.
Because Eddie said, I'm not paying for the wedding. Martin said, you got more money, you should pay for it.
That's funny.
Can you imagine the grandchild of your grandfather is Martin Lawrence and the other grandfather is Eddie Murphy? Right? Can you imagine if he wants to go into comedy?
That'll be
probably gonna be funny.
That's pressure on them. Hopefully he won't grow up with that pressure, but they were talking about,
they have a natural talent.
Yeah, they were talking about that too with the accolades of a parent's son or child that's, you know, just as popular as they are. It's hard because sometimes it could be pressure and sometimes it may not be, depending on how confident that kid is.
Yep. All right, real quick.
Sometimes it gives breaks for you and sometimes it doesn't. Like Denzel's son. Now he's a good actor though, but you know his father did a couple things for him to get him there a little faster. But just so happens he's really a good actor.
Yep.
Very good.
Okay. Real quick. A pillow guy. You're my pillow guy.
I never did get my pillow.
I can't stand that Trump supporter.
I ordered my pillow though. I wanted my pillow because I wanted to at least experience the softness of it or whatever. And I ordered it through Amazon. I didn't go directly on his site. It never came.
He might be going out of business.
Did you get
Mike
your money back?
ordered to pay $5 million, losing for the Prove Mike Wrong election data challenge. An operation panel found Robert Zedman had proved that data Lindell said was from the 2020 election was not, and ordered the MyPillow founder to pay up. Mike Lindell has to pay $5 million for losing his Prove Mike Wrong 2020 election challenge. An operation panel has ruled.
So he actually had a
prove him wrong.
Prove Mike wrong thing, dude. That's $5 million.
Did you get your money back, Lenore?
Say what?
Did you get your money back?
Yeah, I had. That's why I went to Amazon because I wanted to make sure. Amazon is really good with getting your money back.
Very good, very good.
They sent an alert after like a month saying you can either get your money back or you can still wait it out. And after 2 months, I figured, my God, my pillow's not coming. So I had to cancel.
There you go. So he had to pay. So Mr. My Pillow Man has to pay
$5 million. My purchase would have helped him.
Okay.
With the $1 million loss.
Scooby-Doo says he should have to pay more. I agree.
Well, okay.
Just get a foam bed mattress and cut it up in small pieces and sew it into your pillowcase. Oh, so that's what it feels like. We never had that pillow.
I just wanted, out of all the years this man has been selling My Pillow. Is it My Little Pillow?
My Pillow.
My Pillow. I wanted one. I wanted to
But she said it's just like having a foam mattress.
Oh, no.
So donkey of the day, you always want to know who Charlemagne the God's donkey of the day is. And I'm sure y'all seen this story. Rocky Mount substitute teacher, student charged after classroom fight.
They had called it the donkey.
Caught on video.
Who's the donkey?
Well, he gives it to the police department.
Oh.
Let me see, do they show the fight? Do they show the fight?
You said.
Let's see.
It's X'd. Okay.
All right. Anyway, the teacher takes the phone away from the student.
They show a little bit of it.
They show it. And then the student starts to fight the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So the teacher fights back.
Yeah, the teacher fought her back.
Right,
I would.
Let's see.
Tonight, the nation is awaiting another potential landmark Supreme Court decision on abortion access.
Oh,
The High
that's something
Court is
else.
expected to hand down this order on the abortion.
Oh, that's something else. Oh, but that's a good one too. We'll talk about that one tomorrow. But anyway, a student and a substitute teacher at Rocky tomorrow. You mean Monday? You're right. A student and a substitute teacher at Rocky Mount High School have both been charged after they were involved in a fight, police said Wednesday. The fight happened Monday morning. Police said the teacher, Ms. Steele, and a juvenile student were involved in the altercation, which went viral after a video of the incident circulated on social media. In the video, the student and the teacher can be seen arguing about a phone that soon escalates to them hitting each other repeatedly and eventually grappling on the floor. Steele was charged with simple assault. She received a written promise to appear in court and was released. The student, who is not being named because of age, was charged with simple assault via juvenile petition. No injuries were reported during the fight. Steele has been employed with the public school system for about a year. The incident comes as North Carolina lawmakers are considering a new bill that would enforce stricter penalties for assault on school workers.
Yes.
The legislation, HB 534, is working its way through the legislature and could classify certain assaults as felonies.
Yes.
These kids are hitting these teachers and the teachers ain't doing nothing.
Because they get in trouble if they do.
Well, this teacher said, nah, I'm gonna hit you back. And they fought in the classroom.
And I told Kim, I said, sometime even with the parents getting involved, I bet you this person's parent, if this girl's disrespectful to a teacher,
But you can't know
that I can see her mom and her dad or whoever coming. You shouldn't have taken my daughter's phone. That's her property. Why you take my daughter's property? She should have did whatever she did. So I bet you that mentality may be with her mom and dad too.
Well,
for her to disrespect the teacher like that and come beat at her.
I saw the fight, the video. The teacher took the phone. They was arguing back and forth. And then the girl hit the teacher. She swung at the teacher and the teacher grabbed her and then they started fighting. They ended up on the floor. Now everybody keeps saying the teacher didn't have on any panties.
Because somebody was videotaping her.
They was videotaping and she had on a skirt, but I think she had on a thong. I hope she had on a thong.
She did. I don't know.
Oh my God, how embarrassing. But they have to give teachers some room because I used to teach. I used to teach, and when I was 4 months pregnant, but I was working with emotionally disturbed children.
Ooh, wow.
And so, they had a lot of issues. So one day a girl got mad at me because I told her she couldn't go outside or something. She kicked me in my stomach.
You was pregnant.
When they found me, they had to peel my hands from around her throat. I tried to choke her to death. I mean, she kicked me. And I just, before I knew it, I snapped and I didn't even know what I was doing. And I had my hands around her neck. I tried to choke her.
Wow.
So teachers are people. Do you kick me in my stomach? Oh my God, I reacted.
I'm thinking, Kim, when Kim was reading that law was changed, what city was that? What state?
I don't know.
If they change that law, they got to do it for across the board.
Yeah.
These kids are too bad. They're too bad.
Yes, because when dealing with children now, you got 6-7-year-olds and 6-year-olds bringing guns in, pointed at the teacher.
Metal detectors in schools now.
Yep.
Schools have metal detectors. These kids are bad, and some of them are bigger than you.
That's right. Well, this is
their parents, like you said, their parents are nuts too.
Just as crazy. What was the donkey though? You said
so he gave the donkey of the day to the police department for charging the teacher and the student. They should have just charged the student for grabbing him.
I differ. I told her, I said,
what choice does she have?
I differ. I felt like the cops coming in, they really don't know who did what. Take them both. Take them both out.
Yeah, but she charged. It's not like they just.
Oh, well, they went that far to charge.
Yeah,
no, I would have taken them, but
and looked at the tape. Looked at the tape.
There must be some video somewhere.
Yeah. They got the video.
Before
so that's why that's why they don't get it down.
I get it. Okay.
You're not charging her when she's defending herself.
Yeah, she was defending herself.
Yeah.
Because I told my sister, a lot of teachers don't, if they stand there and let you just beat them down like that. Remember that big balloon? It was a clown balloon. We used to hit it and it come back up.
That's Bozo.
It would come back up.
That's Bozo. That was a life-size Bozo.
It sure was. And I used to love hitting that thing and it would come back up.
Yeah.
Teachers can't do that.
Yeah.
That may not come back up.
Yeah. And if she would have let that girl hit her and not done anything, those kids would have hit her the whole year.
They would have beat her to death.
Yeah.
So I commend the teacher for protecting herself. And then Kim said she restrained her.
Yeah.
She didn't just continue hitting her like she in a boxing ring.
Right.
She did what she needed to do and get her down to the floor and held her arm.
And she was bigger. So in my opinion, if that teacher really wanted to hurt her, she could have hurt that girl.
Could have killed her.
She would have fought her like she would a woman on the street.
Boy,
so it was more restraining.
What teacher's thinking that I'm gonna get beat up by a student?
Thank you.
Right.
So that was his donkey of the day.
Okay.
So that was it.
That
Okay.
was
Wendy, did you have anything to add?
Yes.
Go
But
ahead.
I want to piggyback on what we talked about earlier. When a story starts, sometimes you want to run and say, hey, guess what I heard?
Yes.
But you find out you went too fast. But that being said, and Kim, I think you know Willie D. We can follow this story. Willie D said, according to TMZ, there are documents that may get R. Kelly out of jail. Watch his video. Now, mind you, that's Willie D. He's pretty reputable. I don't know all the details. I can't go any further.
Right.
But TMZ is pretty reputable too. And they
Can
have
you imagine if R. Kelly come out of jail?
They have court papers with a good lawyer loopholes in them, if you follow what I'm saying. And for Willie D to say he might get out, must be something to it. For TMZ to report it and have documents, there must be something to it.
Wow.
With you, they're saying R. Kelly may actually get out. When you get a chance, go look at Willie D.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Lenore don't know. Well, she know the Ghetto Boy.
Yeah.
Well, rap group.
What about him?
That's Willie D. He's in that group.
Oh, okay.
But you know what?
What?
That would be something. That would be a news story.
Breaking news.
But you know what?
Back to being a superstar.
And you know what?
Buying his records like hotcakes.
But I think he's stupid
now and don't mess with nobody.
No, I think he dumb like OJ. Remember OJ got out and got away and got
more trouble. Yeah.
No, but remember he got away with it, and then he went and did that thing with
Well, he could have, because they know
double
jeopardy too.
We went like gangster, went in there, broke in the room and all that. Yeah, it's stupid.
So if I was R. Kelly, now this just me, and I get out, I wouldn't date. The next woman I would date would look, she'd be 80 years old.
I know that's right. I wouldn't do nothing.
I wouldn't date nobody younger than me.
If I was OJ, although I didn't believe he did it, but we won't go there. I would have been in Timbuktu.
And if I'm R. Kelly and I get out,
you would have never. And same with Michael.
Yeah,
I don't believe Michael was a pedophile, but I wouldn't have been anywhere where they could see me with children.
Anywhere with your kids. And if I'm R. Kelly, the next woman you see me with will have gray hair. She won't even look anywhere near.
Accuse you with when you get out, stay far away from it.
Far away from it.
Now, many people still don't like Bill Cosby. It's not going to be that way for R. Kelly.
Yeah.
He comes out, he's going to be bigger than he was before.
Oh, they going to love R. Kelly, especially in Chicago. Chicago going to still love R. Kelly.
Yeah,
that's right. Y'all from Chicago.
Still like Kanye.
Yeah.
You can't do nothing. If you're from Chicago, running Michael Jordan down in the middle of the street.
And Oprah.
Nothing you could do wrong in Chicago.
Even with like Shaka Khan. There's so much negative with a lot of them.
They don't care.
They're from the Chicago
People
area.
don't care if you're from Chicago. You know why? Because Chicago is separated. They'll say he's a jerk, but I love his music. Or she crazy as a bed bug.
But I love her music.
Her music is good. That's Midwest. He or the South. Remember grandma? I kept telling my grandmother there was this guy who was a serial killer. And he was known in the area as a serial killer. And he owned a bar.
Was he serial killer? Or did he
killed a lot of people. And he owned a bar. This was down south in Alabama. And one time I had gotten older, like over 18, and I came down there and I said, "Oh, let's go visit this man's bar with my friend."
She named the man.
And we went over to his bar and we told him who we were. Our grandmother. Oh, I love your family. I love your family. He was so nice. he was the nicest man that night. He in the whole place.
Y'all got a good feel.
And then we came home, came back to my grandmother, and I said, Grandma, we went to this bar and this man, blank blank, said he know you, and he was the nicest man in the world. She went, such and such. I said, yeah. She go, oh, he's nice. We said, Grandma, he was buying everybody drinks. He was just letting us have the run of the meal. She go, he's nice. She kept saying he's nice. And then she finally said, after about 5 or 6, he's nice. He's nice. And then she took her glasses off. She said, but he'll kill you in a minute.
Wow.
We laughed so hard. We was like, she said, that man is nice. But he'll kill you in a minute.
So
in a minute. And I said, oh, I didn't know he was a serial killer.
do you think it's if it's a Black thing, how we can separate the messiness from their gift?
Maybe.
Because they can do crazy, like if they're an athlete, if they are a singer, we love their songs and their music. Yeah, he did this.
Or are we just desperate for people to look up to?
What it is. They can do the craziest things and we still
if somebody molested somebody, I can't.
Yeah, it depends on what it is.
I just can't.
It depends on what it is.
Little kids.
Hey, I wanted
If it's a baby or something. No.
I never got to ask you, did you like the Monique special, Lenore?
Okay,
Here's
my take on the Monique special. I appreciated her giving more background on her upbringing because I understand her, even when she talked about her 3 husbands, her 3rd husband now.
I didn't know she was married 3 times.
She was married 3 times.
She said she was too vulgar for me. I couldn't take it.
It took this husband, which she called daddy, for her the submission part. The submission part of her actually had to break down, and he was helpful with that.
I thought she liked women. Didn't she say she liked women?
Yes, she said that.
Bisexual. She probably goes both ways. It's like the one with the big flower in her head.
Bisexual.
She bisexual.
Okay.
Probably like what's her name with the place?
She told her husband one night while they were getting ready to go to bed.
Okay.
She told her husband one night when they were getting ready to go to bed, she said, Daddy, I'm craving a woman.
Daddy.
Yeah.
And he said, me too. He said, me too.
Yeah.
So they are so
I mean, but I did the other, aside from the profanity, because it was every other word is the every other word. I get
and
it.
touching her vajiji and all
Now,
that.
he was right about that. That's what she's saying. He had to school her on some things because she thought when she was in the Parkers making the money and
that's
stuff.
where she funny on television.
She does slapstick comedy kind of stuff.
Funny. You can't
and still waiting to get paid, I think.
Like
she's doing them because she's saying they're not paying her.
They not
I
paying
like Monique as a dramatic actress. To me, she didn't tell jokes. She told a story.
Scooby-Doo said Billie Holiday. Is that who you was thinking of?
No,
Oh.
she's
but Billie Holiday was bisexual too.
Sherry Shepherd's and them, they're all friends.
We know. Oh, I know you talking about.
And she's on the new show now called Rookie.
She just got
FBI Rookie.
Kim Whitley.
No.
She just married a woman. Y'all know who
she married. She was married before to a man. She had a child by a man, and she married.
Oh, Wanda Sykes.
She introduced Sherry Shepherd to her husband.
Keep going.
She's on the FBI.
I know. Wanda Sykes was married to a man, and now she's married to a woman.
Not Wanda.
No, keep going.
Niecy Nash.
Oh yeah.
Niecy now is married to a good woman.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. But she's still.
Her husband is a B word, like your moms used to say.
Yeah, for sure.
She seemed nice though.
Yeah, she seemed nice. But Kim and I said, if she don't stay with this one, it's Niecy. It's Niecy. She can't keep nobody.
Because her wife now is nice.
Yeah.
So it's Niecy.
She wrote that book one time about how to keep a man. You have to give him the H word.
Oh, okay.
She wrote a whole book about it.
Oh, Niecy?
And then yes, a whole book about how to do it and when to do it and how it works. And then she
talking about Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo said I went to school with that fool.
Which one? With Niecy Nash.
Oh, Monique.
Oh, Monique.
He said
Well,
what?
Who you go to school with, Scooby-Doo?
Yeah, clear that up, girl. But
Because we threw out 100 names.
But I do understand Monique now more so because she shared that incident with her growing up, her grandmother.
Why
loving
she
her.
acted like
Why she acted the way she do. And she said, this man for sure
Dad
has been like a father to her. So it's like father/husband.
And
Dad.
this thing, she carried the same secret with her grandmother that her daughter had, their cousin had to carry. I'm gay a little bit.
Yes.
She had to carry
Scooby-Doo
the
said she went
same
to school with
secret.
Niecy Nash.
Yes.
Niecy Nash.
Oh, Scooby-Doo went to
Ah.
school with Niecy Nash.
Okay.
And it's funny
Okay.
because Niecy has trans, you know, as far as being married now to a female, Sherry Shepherd, they were talking about that, and Sherry said, nah, I like men. I'm not swinging that way, friend. So she pretty much was saying they probably all together talk with each other and say, why don't you try to, you know,
Right.
And Sherry's real, she's real about it. I want men.
Right. I mean, you either gay or not. It's not you don't make up.
Well, Niecy was probably trying to, like,
How you gonna turn me?
Thank you. I'm not attracted like that.
I'm so glad that I'm not gay. I don't have anything against gay people, but if I had to be faced with that, I don't think I'd have the courage to come out and let everybody know I'm gay. I wouldn't be able to get over that.
And it's still not accepted.
My kids know him, my neighbors know him, my cousin, my grandma. I couldn't live with it. So I think they're very brave.
To come out
and say, "Hey, I'm gay."
Some people
still takes a lot of courage.
Yeah,
a lot of courage.
It does.
But yeah, you're right.
And the parents that reject these gay children, I think is a disgrace.
That's not a real mother.
That's your child. And that child could be out on the street right now somewhere hungry because of your ego.
Thank you. Well, isn't that one of the movies that Monique was portraying? The one she had put out.
I didn't think
not Precious. It's another movie.
Oh, I don't know what
it was. It was about the gentleman that she was saying it was gay, being lived. I think she was probably supporting that movie because of her situation with her aunt, her uncle that she called.
But I didn't think that was a comedy skit. I thought it was a story.
Oh, I don't know.
It wasn't any ha-ha. I didn't fall out on the ground laughing like I do.
No, I didn't laugh that hard. I didn't laugh that hard.
Dave Chappelle or somebody like that, or even Cat Williams or Wanda Sykes. I didn't have any big laugh. It was a story. It was a good story. It was an interesting story. She told it very well because I think she's one hell of a dramatic actress. But her favorite for me is drama. That's where I like Monique.
Yeah,
I like
her with show.
But I respect her because it took courage to do what she did. Everybody can't get up there and do that.
Yeah.
I like her in the Parkers. I like her. She portrayed.
You like her as a what?
Lucy type of humor.
Right, but I didn't watch it. It was too. Every word was too much.
So I had to.
But you watched it. What would you give it? 1 out of 5.
When she got to talking about her with JJ and the aroma of it, and no, that was too much for me.
Speaking of JJ, I was telling Kim I wanted to give an update on the show called Growth. What is it? In gospel.
You don't want to do it Monday?
Oh, if I remember, because I had to do it at this moment because one of the girls, Fred Hammond's daughter, had her showcase for the last show.
Well, just do it now.
So she did her show. Well, I had to do it because it has something to do with JJ.
Oh, go ahead.
And she doesn't title herself a gospel artist like her dad. So she does R&B in general. So her music may be about life and situations. One of her songs, because you remember the late other people that she's in the show with is Dorinda Clark's daughter, the guy from Commission and the wife from Commission and Witness, their kids. So you think that audience mostly have gospel Christian background. One of her songs was the VJJ is evil.
Ew. And
she started singing, the words being evil. And one of the ladies was sitting there going, is she saying the VJJ is evil? She said, what's she talking about? And people in the audience was kind of like looking strange at her, like, you a little bold to be singing that kind of song. So one of the ladies was like, maybe she right. The VJJ is dangerous. But I had to say that because
dangerous, but not evil.
she said it was evil.
It's not evil.
Well, one of the girls said maybe she had an experience or something. I don't know.
Who knows?
But it's so funny because that you kind of see maybe that's why she has this disconnect with her dad.
If she out there singing songs about the JJ is evil, and that's Frank Randall's
stamp on that.
No. He's singing what's his song? What's his song?
Jesus be a fence all around me every day.
And your daughter singing the vagina is evil.
So yeah, but it's unfortunate. I don't know if this is gonna be a part 2 of this show, but you kind of see the estranged relationship between him and her.
That's why I said talk about the money, because then you could do more about the show.
Talk about it Monday. I'm done.
All right, so that's it.
So like, share.
I gotta tell everybody about the book too.
Wendy. She gotta do the book.
Wendy has her book. Yeah. And some of y'all in the chat got y'all books. I saw y'all got y'all books. 100 family friendly jokes. You can get it on Amazon or the description.
On Zoom, it shows it forward.
Oh yeah.
It's not bad.
The link is in the description. And Wendy, how do we end the show?
Like, share, and subscribe.
And that was
believe.
See, Kim, you
and that was another Woods Report.
All right. All right, y'all. Thank you.
Have a safe
weekend. Bye, Mama.
Thank you.
Wendy said bye. She said bye. Bye to Sherlock.
Okay.